I go to this part and then I select wall again. And then I do the process again. From the baseline level to STR ground floor plan. So I put these here. And you have to pay attention that the arrow is pointing outwards. So first we're going to do the frameworks, and after we've done them, we're going to proceed to the joinery level. Here we do have a ramp. So just to check, let's go back to the CAD file and see if we have a door here or not. Let me pull this up, but usually we don't see a door drawn here. And as you can see, that's that. So we have to build a wall ourselves right in this point. So I select it, I choose the pick line option, and I put it over here. This goes here, and there you go. Based on the explanations that we had before, the columns in the garage here or the parking space don't have any joinery in them, and they're just based off color. So we don't need to define any joineries for it here, and we can just color it. So we can put the columns here, and then we're going to paint some colors on. So the dimensions that we have here are 80 and 40. So first we're going to save it here, and then I'm going to draw the walls. So let's just go back to our AutoCAD file that we had. And here's where the inside wall should go. So I'm going to select the wall like this. I go to the edit type section and I make it duplicative. And I'm going to name it the inside wall with 10 centimeters of girth. Then I hit OK. After I've done that, I'm going to go to this section and hit on edit type. I paste the keynote in here and I browse it and I define it as a Lipper block. So I'm going to write the name again here, up here in the name section. If you want to see the exact information, you can just look up Lipper and you can see the sites that pop up and you can take your information from there. So here we have the materials, we have the mass, the bulk, we have the fire resistance, the pressure resistance, the airdrop, and such information that you can add to your wall. And so I'm going to add one of them as an example. We go here in this section, I hit Ctrl C and then Ctrl V so I can paste the name of the wall in the description. I choose the class as well. And after that, I'm going to the comments part to see if we want to add anything here, but maybe not. Here in the keywords, I'm going to paste the name of the wall again. In the next part, you can define the name of the manufacturer as well. So I'm just going to copy and paste the name of the Lipper because the name of the site is this one as well. Then Ctrl A and then delete, and then I'm going to paste the address of the site, and then I'm going to do the same for the brand section that we have here on the bottom. After I've done that, I'm going to hit apply. So let's go back here in this window. So in the description window, I'm going to add some information. So you can define some of the information here in this part, such as physical and thermal resistance. Here, and then let's go to the next part, and here. These are the parts that you can add the information that you want. So after I've shown you that, I should also add the fact that you can add some of the information that you want in the instance properties window. So let's see how we can do that. As an example, I'm going to go to the manage section in the project parameters section. I hit add here, and as an example of the wall that we had, I'm just going to write compounds in this part. In the common discipline part, and a parameter of text and identity data for the next part. And here I'm going to check the wall section on the right. I hit OK, and then I add again. And here, for example, I'm going to write the mass volume of concrete. I choose the following again as common, and then text, and then identity data. I check the box for walls, and I hit OK again. So let's add again, and this time let's write pressure resistance. The rest are common, text, and identity data as before, and I check the walls box again. I just added the information in this part as an example, but you don't have to do it necessarily. The next part is thermal resistance. Then I choose common, text, and identity again, and I check the box for walls again, and I hit OK. The next one that I'm going to add is airdrop, and I've taken all of these from the site itself, so we're going to do the same again. Common, then text and identity data, then I check the box for walls, and I hit again. So I Control V another factor from the site again, and I choose the same settings, and I check the box for walls again. And after I've done that, I'm going to hit OK, and there we have added another one as well. The next parameter that I think I'm going to add is the amount of water absorption. So I'm going to write it here, and then I'm going to check the boxes as before. And after I've done that, I'm going to check the box for walls again, and then I'm going to hit OK. So we get Ctrl C again, so we can add thermal resistance. So here we choose common, and then text, and then identity data again. Then we check the box for walls, and then hit OK again. See, now the identity data have been added right here. And I'm going to copy the description from the site and add them in front of the names that we had before, like compounds and such. The next one that we had, I think, was the volumetric mass of concrete. And then I'm going to add it from the site myself like this. So the next one that we have is pressure resistance. So you can add this information yourself, or you can just copy and paste them from a site. The next one that we have is thermal resistance. So I hit Ctrl C and then Ctrl V again to paste the information in this column. The next one that we have is airdrop. So I add the info for that as well here. And the next one that we have is concentration. So I hit Ctrl C and then Ctrl V again to add the info here. The next factor that we have is water absorption. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C and then Ctrl V again to add the info here as well. And I think the next one that we have is thermal resistance. So I do the same procedure and add the info in this part as well. And there you go. This last factor, that is thermal resistance, we have it here as well. It says fire rating, and we're going to write 180 minutes for it. So the site itself said more than 180 minutes in a temperature of upwards 1000 centigrades. So you can add it like this. So I'm going to save the file once here, and then after that I'm going to the collaborate section. I pull up the work sets. I create a new work set here. I type in E-walls for outside walls and I-walls for inside walls. I hit OK so I can add them, and there it is. So here I'm going to select the outside walls that we have, and I'm going to put them under the E-wall section in this menu. And then I put it on the I-walls, and then I select. And then after that we have to start the drawing of our work. We go here, and there you go. let's just see if we have been drawing correctly. And yes, it's correct from this view, so I'm just going to save it once up to here.